Hi there, students. I bet you only know one meaning of the word spat. Yeah? Okay, so spat, as in, yeah? The past of the verb to spit. He spat on the floor. Yeah, I think it's rather nasty and rather unhygienic when every time I saw that he spat on the floor. Past of spit. But let's have some more meanings. A spat, yeah, a countable noun. A small argument, a quarrel about an unimportant matter. So, he's had a spat with his wife and they're not talking to each other. Yeah, they have their little spats at least twice a week. Yeah. After the spat, after the argument, he had to be nice to me because he needed my help. You can actually use this as a verb as well, to spat about something, to argue about unimportant things. So the husband and wife were always spatting, yeah? They were always arguing about unimportant little things, yeah? The kids had a spat about who was going to do the washing up, yeah? Okay, so an argument, yeah? A spat between people, a spat between countries, a disagreement. Yeah, so, but it's only a little argument. It's not a very big one. Yeah, there was a spat between France and Spain about the importation of a certain cheese. Yeah, a dispute, a quarrel, a controversy, a squabble. Then we also have the word spats, or a spat. This is like a piece of cloth or covering that men used to wear over their shoes. Yeah, they have buttons down the side and it goes over the top of your shoes. Yeah, it goes over the ankle and over part of the shoes, but it doesn't go underneath at all. Yeah, it's to stop the shoes getting spattered. That's the origin, with mud. Okay, so spats. I have a feeling that one of these days spats are going to become fashionable again. Yeah, they're going to become the in thing because normally with fashion things come and go and spats are totally out of fashion nowadays. But in the future, I have a feeling spats will make a comeback. They'll be the in thing. Notice as well in aviation, in aircraft, very often the tyre of an aeroplane has a little cover over the top, and that is also called a spat. Yeah, or in cars as well, the piece of bodywork that goes over the back wheel. I would call it the wheel arches, I think, but you could call it the spat as well. And we've even got one more, but let's go through. Spat. He spat on the floor. I had a spat with my wife, an argument. He looks very dapper, elegant in his spats. And then finally, a rather unusual meaning. Spat is the larvae of shellfish, particularly of oysters. Yeah, so the spats of oysters very often attach their self to old unused oyster shells. Yeah, and this is the last meaning of spat. So the spawn or the young of shellfish, but particularly from oysters. Okay, so yeah, shellfish spat. But that's most unusual. Okay, so to have a spat, this is probably the most useful meaning for you. To have an argument, a little argument, but it's not a serious one where there's a punch up. It's not a war. Yeah. There was a spat between the Conservatives and the Labour Party about this matter. Okay. Let's see. As to origin, okay. So the past of spit is spat, from Old English spitan, which is easy. And then I think maybe the shellfish example as well, the baby shellfish. This is probably related to spit as well, because the spawn maybe does look a bit like spit. The spat that you wear over your shoe, yeah, it actually comes from spatter, to avoid getting spattered. Yeah, and that's why they're spats. Yeah, it's a shortening of spatterdash or spatter plus dash, which used to exist but no more. And then finally we have this quarrel or this argument, a spat, and this actually has an American origin. It's probably imitative. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Spat and Spats.